Hello everybody, my name is Kathy and welcome to my channel. And today we're going to talk about pruning the fruit trees. And we're going to start with the young ones. I've got 5 younger trees here. And it's much easier to learn to prune on a young tree than it is an old tree. And I cannot stress enough how important it is to research and know what you're doing before you ever start planting a bunch of trees. We made that mistake. 40 some odd years ago, we started planting an orchard. And I wanted apple trees, pear trees, and peach or nectarine trees. So we bought one of each. The nectarine tree, and then we kind of forgot. We thought, well, we just plant them and we leave them and that's it. Well, the nectarine tree got surrounded by bushes, and when the crew came in to clear the area for the electric line, they took that tree out, not realizing it was a fruit tree. The peach, they did the same thing with the peach tree. Now the apple tree we lucked out on. It was a beautiful apple tree. Gorgeous, gave really good fruit and everything, didn't have to trim it. The only problem was we had a lot of rain and straight wind and it took it down. So we don't have that one. So what we have left is the pear tree and the original cherry tree. And we didn't do a thing to the pear tree and it's a mess. The cherry tree did not do bad, but got really taller than what we would like for it to be. And I'll give you take you over and show you both of them. Okay, that's the cherry tree. You see it's almost up into the power lines, which isn't not a good thing. But the pear tree is the really bad one. This poor tree looks awful. It's way too tall. It's got a bunch of water sprouts on it. Just not good at all. And that's what happens when you plant a tree and just leave it and you don't do any research. So do your research and trim your trees. The peach tree here isn't too bad, but it's gotten a little bit too tall because I didn't get a chance to prune it like I should either. So I'm not making that mistake with these newer trees. Now a lot of people are afraid to prune their trees. They just don't know what to do. They're afraid they'll make a wrong snap and that'll be the end of it. Trees are very forgiving and they will adapt. So if you goof up one year, you can easily fix it the next year. Now you notice I have a guard on here. That's because the wind was pushing this tree that direction and I'm trying to get it to come back. But let's look at this tree. It's got nothing growing on this side. It's got this little bump which really needs to be taken off. You want that to be as smooth as possible. You want so the water runs off of it. Another thing, this tree really produced well last year for its size. But there's a couple things that you need to change. I need to change on fix. And I'm bringing in close to show you what I'm going to cut and why. You'll notice I've got right here, I've got 2 branches coming out of the same area. So I need to trim those back. And you need to come back as close as you can to the... And that might mean you might have to make more than one cut. Because you want to keep trimming it back. You want it to be as straight as possible to the wood. That looks really good. Alright. Now this branch I'm going to leave and this one I'm going to leave because they're both good. We've got two that are fairly close together here. So you kind of got to look at them and see which one has the best growth. The thicker of the two and the best spacing. And I think I'm going to go with this one's a healthier one, so I'm going to take this one out. Next thing you do is look at these, trim up any little knob that's close. Okay, and then you look at this. This is kind of overgrowing, and this, so I'm going to take it right at the bud. Growth on that side, so I'm going to take this one out on this side. That will help encourage this one to go this way. I got this one here that's crisscrossing, and this one here I don't really like because it's going back down. So I'm going to take that off there, so I have it going up this way. Any branch that's diseased or like that one, needs to come off. Alright. Now it's just a matter of how you want your tree to look. I got this one that's crisscrossing, so I need to take one out. I'm going to take this one out. That will allow this to come up this way. This one's going out this way. By doing this, I'm not only cutting down on the amount of leaves and fruit that this tree is going to have, but I'm also opening it up for more air to go through, so you have less fungus on the tree. I am cutting down the amount of fruit that's going to be bearing by taking out the small and the thin branches. And I'm also encouraging it to put out new branches, and hopefully it will decide to put some out in this direction. And you don't have to do all your trimming at once. Do a little bit, make it so that the crisscross branches, the dead branches, the broken branches are out, and then you can always come back and fine tune it a little bit later. Right now I'm pretty satisfied with the way this is looking. If you have any that have from last year's fruit, take those off. Make sure you pick up your trimmings afterwards, otherwise the bunny rabbits are gonna love it. So let's go look at the other apple tree and see what we need to do there. This one doesn't look too bad. It's got good growth all the way around. It's not overly high yet, so I'm okay with that. Not exactly happy about this all going in this direction like this, but we're going to leave it for the time being. There's no diseased branches on it. I am going to take out the ones on the inside here because I got branches going in that direction already. I want to encourage the branches to go this way and this way, so I'm leaving those. And I think this one's pretty much taken care of. I'm hoping that these grow out now that I've trimmed off the ones I don't want. Alright, let's go check out the other ones. little tree, I'm not so sure what it even is. It was supposed to be an apple tree. The only problem is it got ran over when it was small and it came back up. I'm not for sure if this is going to be an apple tree or if this is going to be from the original original root. But what I'm going to do is trim up all the extras at the bottom. The suckers that I see coming up. So we don't want those. This is where the tree has divided. I'm going to take out that part. So I have one root and only one root coming up. One plant coming up. And we'll stake it up. I've got another one of those. And we're going to trim it. Take the just in case it happens to be the right thing. Now it's forked off here. This is on the inside, so we're going to take it off. We're going to open this up like this so that it comes up and divides. And then we're going to just watch it and see if it's actually going to be, I'll stake it, and we'll watch it and see if it's actually going to be an apple tree or not. If not, it's still young, I can dig it up and put something else in its place. No problem with that. Now, next two things I've got that are young trees are my cherry trees. They're not looking too bad. Dead plant, dead or broken branches. Really weak ones, take those out. I like to trim up. So you have it open here, and then when you get out this way, you want to get rid of any crisscrossing branches like that one goes across. So we'll take it out, leaving this open this way. You want to keep your trees fairly short. As long as you can reach up to them and get the fruit, that's fine. The fruit above your head, unless you're going to get a ladder or something, it's just wasted fruit or fruit that you're going to be giving the animals. Like I said, take out any crisscrossing branches. Any branches that are going straight inside, you want to take those out. You might be thinking, oh my gosh, you're not going to have any fruit. Actually, this doesn't interfere with the fruit at all. In fact, you might even have better fruit because of the air will be able to get to them better. A smaller tree you can cover to keep the birds away from it better.